Carl Paladino chairs the campaign, the New York delegation of the Trump campaign. Of course, he's expected to be in town on Monday. Standing by right now on the line, Carl Paladino. Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good. Well, I got to tell you, there's a very happy Claudia Tenney right now. The president's coming to town, and we're hearing, I don't know, maybe you can confirm this, we're hearing like $15,000 for the round table. Is that the going rate?
Yeah, the president's people are setting the rates. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Well, obviously, they're raising money for Claudia.
Can we clarify what that means? Does that mean to be at a table with him? Does that mean to have dinner? What does that mean?
There's a rate for what they call the round table, which you get to sit with them and get your picture taken. Then there's a rate with to get the picture taken, and then there's an admission rate of $1,000.
Okay, so it's $1,000 to get in. I heard $5,000 for a picture taken and $15,000 for the round table.
Right.
Okay. All right. Those are accurate numbers then. Well, listen, we haven't talked in a while. Let's start. Obviously, you are somebody who really supports Claudia Tenney, and you have for a long time. You feel she's doing a great job?
Oh yeah, I think she's one of our best. Yep.
And of course, the president.
The best.
The best. The best ever. It has been a while, Carl, and some of sometimes do you wonder though, because you're someone who's not a stranger to controversies, and you lay it out there, and everybody runs with stuff, and you get yourself into these big stories. Sometimes they're good.
I'm a disturber.
You're a disturber, and so you might be a disturber, but the president is clearly the leader of the pack. I mean, nobody does it like he does it. Are there some times though that you say, Mr. President, why this one? You were doing so well, and things were going so well. Why'd you do this? What do you think?
I think it's a strategy, an overall strategy that drives him.
Yeah,
he's a negotiator. Remember, he spent his entire career making deals and negotiating. He's a wise man. He knows how to read people. He's different strokes for different folks. He'll be unpredictable at times, and other times he'll be totally predictable.
Yeah.
He'll put up false flags, and then he'll pull them down. And look what he did with Ping, the guy from China. Mm-hmm. He brought him in. He walked down the sidewalk with him. They were conferring on worldwide things, and they hugged each other, and he said, "Look at what a great guy this guy is." Okay, and then when it came time for him to access Ung, what does he do? He gives Ping a little pound in the head. Okay,
yeah.
Hey, go get me hooked up, and then the tariff thing, boom. Okay, another pound in the head. He did the same thing. You've seen him do it with the kid from Canada, the Trudeau kid.
Yeah.
Here, look at this young man, all ready to go and lead his country, and he's got his arm around him, and then he's hit him in the head a couple times. Okay, this is part of a strategy. This is the way he thinks.
Yeah.
Press will never understand it because these people want everything nice, wrapped in a box. Okay, because and then they want to filter what's happening. They want to be the filter for the people. And Trump will never let them be his filter. He doesn't need a filter. He's got this Twitter thing.
Is there anything? He's got this Twitter thing, and man, does he use it. Is there ever been a time, though, that you were uncomfortable? I think because you're pro-military, the stuff he said about John McCain, and even recently, that maybe the press conference.
I think John McCain is disgusting.
Okay, all right. Well, then, tell us how you really feel, could you?
Well, I think he's really disgusting.
Yeah. So you're okay with that, even though, he's a former prisoner of war and all that. You're okay with the president lashing, giving him a good tongue lashing.
Well, the guy has evolved into a snotty guy, all right? Because of he didn't do the right thing when he gave the thumbs down. He knows he did the wrong thing, but he did it for political purposes, and that was not right. If that's the kind of animal he is, then he should resign his job. Actually, he should be resigned now. If he's not going to be able to come in and vote and be of value, he should resign from his job.
Yeah. All right.
If he wanted to do the right thing for the American people.
I will say your support of Claudia Tenney is strong, and her opponent is somebody who obviously has been in the assembly and was supporting the money that came in here. You're from Buffalo, so you know all about the Buffalo billions. You've been quite critical of all of it. So you would say that Anthony Brindisi, who's running against Claudia Tenney, you would say he would be the absolute worst thing to happen for Central New York, I assume.
We need good, solid representation. We need people who have a backbone, who have a spine, who are willing to stand up to the others in their caucus and do the right thing. We need people that are going to respect the president and be on board with his agenda, because that is so important. Otherwise, you lose. I mean, our politic of today is so important to control the caucus, and whether it comes to selecting Supreme Court judges, these are no-brainers. Okay, there's no room for discourse on this stuff.
Yep.
You put the best guy you can in that office, okay, and you're doing the right thing for the next 40 years for this country.
Or woman, for that matter, in this case.
Or woman.
Or woman. I do, as an Italian-American, though, I have to ask you, out of the gates, Claudia Tenney came out and made comments to USA Today or whatever about Anthony Brindisi's family, tying them to basically tying them to the mob. Many Italian-Americans, many Italians in this area were furious over that. Would that have been an area where you wish and hope that Claudia doesn't go down that road?
If that's the truth, that's the truth.
Well, I don't think it's necessarily, it's debatable. There are some elements that have been. I guess you could look up through newspapers and you can find some facts, but some of it's fiction as well.
If he's connected to families and that, it should be but he's innocent, it should be addressed that way. But if he's connected to the families and he's involved...
Well, he's an attorney. The problem is he's an attorney who has represented people.
His
just
father
like
is an attorney.
His father is an attorney who has represented people. And would that have... even if, let's say, the worst was true, to tag that with the son, I'm not sure that's necessarily fair. But you're okay with that? You're okay with her going down that road?
You fight fire with fire.
Okay, all right. Speaking of fire, you feel, and I've read some of what you've had to say about what the Board of Education did to you in Buffalo, an example of somebody coming out and maybe not being politically correct, but speaking your mind. Tell us about what happened to you in Buffalo. Well,
I went on to the board, and I think many of these board members were delusional, thinking that, I'm going to come on there and I'm just going to sit there and rubber stamp anything that they want to do. That wasn't the case. I mean, I went on to the board to be adversarial and to expose the underbelly of a beast, and the beast is a beast, and so I embarked on that effort, and the latest case was the totally irresponsible and corrupt settlement of the teacher's contract, and they didn't like what I did there, and on a particular day, I, at the same time as this debate was going on, made some remarks about Obama and his wife. And they were crude remarks, and they were directed at two people. They weren't meant to be in any way racist to the black race of people. Mm-hmm. But that was the way they wanted to interpret them. They wanted to bring charges against me to get me off the board for all those other reasons. And but they couldn't bring charges on that basis because of the First Amendment. So they brought charges against me for revealing that the authority given to the superintendent on the negotiation of the teacher's contract was this authority was given in executive session was $25,000, and I revealed that.
Yeah,
and I revealed it publicly to illustrate that the incompetence and the corruption of this relationship between these board members and the teachers union leadership. And that violation came when we found out that he didn't give them $25 million. He gave them $200 million, basically bankrupting the school system and eating up all its reserves, which was an abominable thing.
So you feel you're doing
on that basis.
Yep.
On that basis of me having revealed this idiot in the Commissioner of Education, Mrs. Elia, made a political decision and removed me from the board. We're fighting it in court. It's in the third department, and hopefully we'll be successful shortly.
You could run again, though, couldn't you?
Yes, I can run whenever I want. Yeah.
What do you think you will?
Oh, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Time and place. Yeah.
Time and place. All right. And finally, will you be in Utica on Monday night? And
last night I promised Claudia I'd be there with her.
All right. Will you get to introduce the president? Will you speak?
Oh, I don't know. They haven't put up any role for me yet.
Got it. Okay. And have you found out where it is as of yet? Do you know which location it's going to be in Utica?
I do know, but I can't release it. It's the Secret Service has a hold on the location.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. I was just going to play a little game where you react to my guesses, but seeing it's the Secret Service, I've dealt with them before, and they have no patience.
Listen, you're going to be in town. We're going to be in town. You stop in live
Tuesday morning.
Tuesday morning. Monday we'll take you if you want.
Well, I don't know how long we'll be staying or how we're going to get there and back. But none of those plans have been made yet, so we'll see.
Love to see you.
Carl Paladino, as always, I appreciate you taking the time to speak with us.
Good talking to you, fellas. Thank you.
Thanks so much. We'll break.